work on it.
Yeah.
And there was this one specific girl who I helped out, like that gave her a highlighter. I was like, we're gonna have you go. I'm just gonna have you go rest, work on your shit. And she wanted to know feedback. She called the office. No one got back to her, so I took down her number. I called her.
Wow.
I told her the feedback. I mean, she loved that from like 5 seasons.
I was just jamming out on my guitar. Just sitting here playing, man. And I do it every single day until my fingers ache. And I was thinking about that just now. As my fingers started aching, I decided to put down my guitar, and I thought about an online interaction I had with a guy. He had posted a picture of his guitar that he bought and he's had for a while and hasn't quite picked up playing yet. And just something about the video irked me. You know, I can't. Well, I can explain it, and I will. But in the video, he was like, "Yeah, this is my guitar, and I'm thinking about picking it up sometime after Christmas and trying to learn how to play, and I'll post some progress videos and stuff like that." And you know, down in the comments section, it was like, "I can't wait to see your progress." And of course, I had to chime in. I had to. You know, my comment was, you shouldn't be waiting till after Christmas to start learning and messing around here and there, which I think that's what he said. He said he messes around here and there, and he wants to start learning, but he's had the guitar for a little while, and he's not even planning on starting till Christmas. Now, see, till after Christmas. Now, you see, here's the thing. Guitar is something that when you have it, you're just playing it. When you have the time, you're doing it. And it's not even about the time, because sometimes you don't have the time to play. Sometimes people, your girlfriend, your family, your job, sometimes people think you love the guitar more than them, you know, because you play it so much. If I had to wait till after Christmas to pick up my guitar, I would go insane. I guess what I was really feeling was that there are real guitar players, people who just have it in them that they want to play. And I'm not even the best guitar player. I really am not. And I mean, I'm sure there's no argument there that I even suck a little bit. But I can't stop playing. I just do it all the time. I've incorporated into my spiritual life playing guitar. When I hear people casually talk about picking it up every once in a while, when I just hear it casually mentioned, it makes me feel like, man, there's another one coming on the field, you know? It's like a muddled playing field. What if somebody's looking for a guitar player? You know? What if we're out there perusing through guitar videos looking for that next big hit? We gotta go through all these. I don't even know how to put it, man. I mean, I guess it's the same thing with me. It's like, hey, if you're gonna do a podcast, you should be on that shit every single day, just doing it, right? Otherwise, you're muddling the playing field. I guess I'm talking myself out of my argument, which I do sometimes. I don't claim to be right about everything. I'm just telling you how I feel. Guitar is like love, man. It's something that if you don't do it until it hurts, you haven't done it enough. You know? It's like pretty much anything in this world. If you haven't done it until it hurts, you haven't done it enough. I don't know. I just got back from Florida, and I'd never been to Florida. This is the interesting thing about being 43 and never having done anything with your life. I just recently, a couple years ago, took my first plane trip ever. I was 40. Never been on a plane. Never been across the country, right? Never been more than a couple states away, except once by accident. And then it was just a long drive home on the highway. So, Florida's crazy, dude. It is just cheeked up down there, dude. I went to the beach and all you see is just butts everywhere. Just everywhere. I don't have a problem with butts. Believe me, I'm a man. You know what I mean? I would like to have, just butts everywhere as decor. Just kind of like post it up. Even if they're not real butts. Just instead of paintings, put up butts, instead of like ornate street lights, like butt-shaped street lights. That'd be fine, titty-shaped fire hydrants. That's the kind of shit, guys. If we could just be surrounded by it, we would. But, we can't objectify female body meat like that. We got to keep their meat sacred and special. That's not the point. The point is, I like a butt as much as the next guy, right? But a butthole, there's just a little something taboo about that. You know what I mean? So, if you're laying on the beach and you're wearing a thong and you're pointed at the entrance, number one, your angry looking ass is just like smiling, pointed right at the entrance where everybody walks in from, so you're doing that on purpose, probably. But there's no strength in your cheeks. So they're flopped down to each side, and there's just like butthole sticking out around the thong. I mean, even when I see like a porno, I don't like look at the buttholes, I don't even notice them. I think I don't notice them because they're so normal to see in like a pornographic situation, or even if you're with your woman, and you don't look down and see the butthole and like go, oh, you know what I mean? You don't do that. But when you're outside and it's somebody you don't know and you see a butthole, you kind of zero in on it. It's like, what the hell is that? Is that a spider? No, it's not a spider. Is it dirty? No, it's just dark. It's just dark, around the butthole area. It's not dirty per se. Maybe it's just shadow. Maybe the butthole is slightly indented and you see shadow there. Who knows? But you see it. And that, to me, is just a little off-putting. I don't mind all the craziness on the beach. I don't mind people being like, ooh, yeah, we're free. But just, like, keep the taints, put the taints away, man, Jesus. Come on, girls. Leave a little something to the imagination, If you're wearing a thong and you got a tight booty, it's like pressed together so you can't see the butthole. It's like the cheeks are hiding the butthole. Do that. If that's, you know what I mean? Like, if you got that going on, fine, dude. But don't be pointing that stinky ass. That's like fucking that midnight special, dude. You don't want nothing to do with it, man. You know what I mean? And in a way, you get slightly curious. It's like you just want to run up and be like, you just want to like spit on it and throw some sand, like, put that butthole away. Throw some sand on it. Get that shit like tar and feather that shit, man. Put it away, ladies. Stop wearing your underwear out as outerwear. That's all it is, man. Bikini. You know, it's crazy too, because girls will be at the beach like, yeah, check me out. Completely the skinniest thing they'll ever wear in their life. The skimpiest thing they would ever wear, ever. The least amount of clothing they will ever wear and still have on clothing, right? But then, like, if they're like somewhere and let's say their underwear is showing, they're like, hide my underwear, don't show that. I'm like, whatever, man. It's like, if only nobody saw me. If only, I mean, besides all those people out on the beach today who saw every single part of me, I just really wish that this group of people hadn't seen me. What the fuck? I'm gonna post a video about that too, about being in Florida. The thing is, you know, I'm dealing with Richard Kim, and he's the one who's got the footage and needs to send it to me. I got a couple little pieces of footage here and there, you know, I recorded myself, but we gotta put it all together. I was out in the ocean, man, and the ocean was just like super spectacular out in Florida. I mean, I'm not saying it's like cleanest thing or anything. It's obviously there's pollution and all that shit, but in most of the oceans, see, I've gone to 2 beaches in my life. I think I went to Myrtle Beach, Virginia Beach, or something like that. Can't remember. There's like 3 beaches. One of them I didn't go to. There's 2 beaches together. One of them we didn't go to. But at all the beaches around here, it's like you go out into the water, and then you can wade out a bit, and then you're like, oh, it's getting deep, and then you start swimming, and it's like, oh, this is too deep. Well, I go out to Florida, and I started walking out, and it like dipped down a bit to where it was like up to here, and then it went back up. Next thing you know, I'm way the fuck out in the ocean, but I'm standing on sand. It was like an island, like a hidden island that was like only that deep in the ocean, but the waves are coming in all huge and shit. It was like, it was unbelievable, really. I never experienced anything like that. And it's actually, I think it's a blessing that I'd never done anything, really. Because if I had grew up going to the beach with my family or something, then I might have been like half the other people who were there, just kind of sitting down on their phones or reading a book. But I was there literally experiencing just, you know, a first, you know, actually enjoying myself at the beach. It's hard to enjoy yourself at the beach when, you know, you really can't get in the water. I think one time it was literally raining, but this time it was just, you know, nice, sunny, beautiful beach. There was just people everywhere, too. And when you're out in Florida, you know, I was out there visiting somebody, and when you're with somebody walking down the street, it's like people look at you like sharks, man. I felt like both me and my friend were like dinner out there. Like, you know, I had ladies, and of course they're just ladies of the night, but calling to me, hey, hello, you know, and then she had like guys walking up on her with like lizards, like in his hand, like, hold my lizard, come here, hold it. She's like, no, get out of here. I'm like, we're scared of lizards, man, this shit, run, Uzi, run. We had to get the fuck out of Dodge, man, like, but, I mean, I went out in the middle of the night and almost got, I don't know if I almost got robbed or killed or what. I don't know what almost happened, but something almost happened. You know, because somebody was trying to sneak up on me. and I caught it early, and I got up and moved, and that person made it an audible, like, damn it, grrr, and like went walking off and crossed the street and went away. And you know what I mean? Like, even looked back at me a couple times, like, you know. So yeah, there's a curfew in South Beach, Miami, on the island. So there's a curfew of midnight to 6 a.m. So of course I went out past the curfew and walked around because fuck it. And all the homeless people are out past curfew because where are they going to go, right? They're out there. And there's like no cars coming by on the street. You know, like one car went by, and then a police car went by me, by the way, and I was just sitting on the road smoking a J, and the cop just drove by me. Didn't give a shit about a curfew, I guess, for me. Maybe it's just no groups of people, I don't know. But then this truck, I see this truck coming down the street, and it's just spewing a fog out the top. And it's just fogging the whole street. It's fogging the streets. I mean, it was crazy. I felt the fog. As the truck went by me, I could feel the fog hitting me like raindrops. I said, I got COVID for sure, right? That's fucked up. Interesting thing, two of the people that I went down there with said they feel sick. They haven't been feeling good. But I, who like went out and about around a bunch of people, feel fine. And let's see, I got a little message here. Oh, it's Jehan. Jehan's on his way here. And who knows if he's going to be part of the show. But I'm going to go ahead and get the door for him, and we'll see how that works out. A big part of rising is getting knocked to the bottom. Right?
Yeah.
You can't rise up unless you get knocked down. Or unless you got a lot of money. So how you doing, man?
Say basic bullshit, man. At least for this past week, anyway.
I was telling all these people I just got back from Florida. Haven't been hanging out with anybody, but I went out there with Rich and Derek, and you know D, man, he's from back in the day, man. Saw Uzi out there, saw some crazy shit, but really I just wanted to talk about the decompression aspect of it. Like, when you're in this grind, this day-to-day grind, you know, with all of the obstacles and freaking jumps you got to make to get through it, all the hoops, you know.
Yeah.
You just kind of like all that action, you know, inside of your little world just compresses and compresses and compresses, and the more that you stay in your little tiny world and do all these things, the more it just fills up your head. You know what I mean? And you got to do something to really just to get all that out. Like, you have to do something sometimes something drastic. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think of when you think of decompression? What would you do? What's your ideal getaway?
I don't know, because it's not really something afforded to me, so it ain't something I really put a lot of thought into. So.
Well, I mean, think about it now. I don't know. Think about it, man. Like what? Does anything like make you wonder or put you in awe? What about a giant mountain or a desert? or something like what? Like the ocean. Maybe you know what I think? I think all of the above would inspire you. I think everything. I think that you're like so like I think you gave it so much at this point that you're just like fuck everything. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna reach out, I'm not gonna touch it, fuck it all. But I think you would I mean honestly, okay. So river rafting. What do you think about that? Bungee jumping. What do you think about that?
Hell no.
No? Okay, river rafting.
It's fun. I mean, well, it was fun last time I did it. Like, the only reason why I say bungee jumping is not because of the concept of bungee jumping. Like, skydiving I would do. Bungee jumping I would not do. Like, I would do skydiving quickly. Like, bungee jumping, no.
Why skydiving? Because, I mean, that shit seems like as sketch as it gets.
I mean, because here's the thing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If some shit go wrong, you know what I'm saying? My nigga, at least you got a second to think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the bungee jumping, some shit go wrong, my nigga, that instantaneous go wrong, and then it's over.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And that like last final spiteful slap of the ass from the rope hitting you.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I just imagine by default in the distance that you're going to have significantly less time to ponder life as it ends. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's going to be a longer moment for that skydiving versus bungee jumping. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So just from that perspective, skydiving, hell yeah, bungee jumping.
Yeah, if you die, you're gonna die. That's for sure. And
I mean,
the
the potential to die for either one is there, but the potential to survive from either one is also there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about the time.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, because if you're gonna die, you're gonna fucking die.
What about super like? What about rock climbing? You got the arms. What you want to do? Rock climbing? Climb up the side of a mountain?
Mm-hmm. I'm not saying I'm against it, but you know, that's not something I look to go do.
I have this thing where I just like to see things that I just for some reason, dude, you can look on the ground anywhere and see a rock. I could walk out my door and see a stone on the ground.
Yeah.
But for me, there would be some kind of a victory in seeing a stone. Seeing the stone that sits on top of this mountain, right? On the third ledge to the left that hasn't moved in fucking decades because it's just been sitting there. And nobody else has kicked it off or the wind hasn't knocked it off and it's just been, you know what I mean? Like,
and all that just to go up there and kick that motherfucker off of there, huh?
I mean, maybe be like, bye, Mr. Stone, time for you to take a journey. You know what I mean? Like,
fuck it, let's see how this pans out.
Bye, Mr. Stone. Generally, I think if you're mountain climbing, you don't want to toss stones down.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe other people are climbing, maybe not. You know what I mean? But like, unless you don't like them, and then it's ideal. You just wing stones at them.
I mean, yeah, but that's still like attempted murder.
Well, murder, if you
if you follow through, but I still said it's still attempted murder.
Right.
Because like if you're flinging stones at a motherfucker climbing up the side face of a cliff or a mountain, there's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Yeah. And speaking of things that can go wrong, what about crabbing? Deep ocean crabbing, like.
I haven't done deep ocean, but I've done bay crabbing before. That was a lot of fun.
Because that seems like the ultimate adventure, dude. To go way out to sea for like months at a time. I hear they make bank, man. I would do it. Honestly, I would do it. Just for the fuck of it. But then again, would you go on like Naked and Afraid?
Fuck is that?
Like survival show where it's like literally you and a girl and you're just both naked except for one thing you bring. Like one person can bring like a knife or something. You know what I mean?
Because I'm paired, no. If it was by myself, yes. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean, if you get paired with a fucking female, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Unless you got a chick that's fucking resourceful as shit, my nigga, you gonna have to carry their ass. Fuck all that, man.
Right. I mean, well, I've noticed, like, sometimes there is the resourceful girl who... sometimes there's a girl who does better than the guys.
Right, but those, you know, I really wasn't trying to compare the girls to the guys as far as that and shit.
Your partner might suck.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the girls go, you know what I'm saying? There's a significantly higher number of girls that are incapable of doing shit when it comes to survival skills as those that are.
Well,
far and few in between.
Well, I tell you one thing a girl's got as far as survival skills that they kind of always fuck up.
Yeah, they can sell that pussy.
Actually, you're not far off.
Mm-hmm.
You're not far off. Mm-hmm. If I was on Naked and Afraid and I had a female with me, number one, I'm going to do the traditional man thing because we're naked. We don't have any kind of infrastructure.
And give her something to cover herself with.
No cops and everything. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to do all the traditional man things. I'm going to start building the fucking little shelter. Mm-hmm. If she does something, she does something. If not, not. As the man out there in the wilderness, especially back in the day, you do everything you can to make your family comfortable, right? Your family, if they see that happening, then chips in.
Right, but see, the thing about Naked and Afraid, though, is a competition. You know what I'm saying? No? What the fuck is the point?
Or what it is, you got to try to last till the end.
Okay.
So it is kind of a competition.
So what is it like? What do you mean last to the end? Like,
it's not a competition against you versus her, though.
No, I got that part. I understand. Like it's y'all versus somebody else.
No, but it's just the two of you versus nature, and you have to stay out there alone for like I think it's like a month or something like that.
That's it.
I don't know. Some of them are longer. Some of them are definitely longer. They got competitions where it's teams of people versus each other for the prize.
Right, and then like they leave out there for like 6 months, and they come back. Niggas done built the fucking hotel. They got a resort, and you know what I'm saying. They got goddamn valet parking out front and all that shit. Like, how the fuck did y'all pay for shit?
Right.
You're like, what the fuck? Like, you got real asphalt. I'm like, yeah.
Usually, it's a bunch of like people that are like this. Right, freezing and or like sweating and skinny, and then like one guy who's got like a bunch of fish on a rack, and he's just cooking his fish, and he's like, I don't know.
And then like the motherfucker shows up on the chopper with like a champagne glass and sees all these motherfuckers starving and shit. Takes one sip, is like, how are these? Just like tosses the rest of it, and they're just like.
He pulls up in his chopper, he goes, pardon me. Do you have any gray poop on? They're like, no, but we got some grass that we pooped on. You're like, oh, shit.
Like, I'll be right down.
Oh, man, that's nasty. But nah, man, I would do that shit. Definitely a survival show, man. I want to do something with my life, man. Here's the thing. At the age that I am, to have never done the things that I've done, I'm in for a ride the rest of my life. And I know this because just me going, okay, I've never been down to Florida ever in my life. Yeah. I'm going to go down here. Just a couple days ago, I had the frame of mind to really appreciate the ocean I'm standing in. The way everything works, the way the waves work and everything. Everybody else is kind of just on their phones, you know. They don't really pay attention. But and 2 years before that was the first time ever flying. Now, if I was a kid flying growing up, back and forth, or I'd done it a bunch of times, it wouldn't be like, whoa, this is amazing.
As a child or as an adult?
As an adult.
Yeah.
As a kid, the first time it's like, oh, you're probably scared, but you get used to it.
Right.
You get used to things, the amazement wears off, and there's really, you get to the point where there's nothing new to experience in life. Nothing attainable that's new. You know what I mean? I'd like to fucking have my own island, dude. You know? Isn't that like the main goal, to have your own island? I think so. I would have parties out there like the fire festival. No, not like the fire festival at all. But I would have big parties, man. I could see, it's all about throwing down and getting some land, really. Then you could do anything you want, man. You can have all the experiences you want. You just got to get some land.
You know what would have been more funny?
What's
You
that?
would have said the cremation of care. That would have been more funny.
The cremation of care? Oh, man. I don't even know, man.
You don't know what that is?
No, I don't.
Oh, buddy. Damn, you got some homework to do.
Well, I mean, just because it doesn't spring to mind doesn't mean I don't know that.
you know who Alex Jones is.
Yeah.
Alex Jones knows all about that shit.
CAIR?
Cremation of care.
Yeah. CAIR.
Care, just out there.
Care.
Mm-hmm.
Not care like CARE. CAIR.
No. No, not CAIR. What the fuck is that?
Well, I mean, I think you're talking about Moloch. Because Alex Jones broke into the, what do you call it, that secret gathering. Sacred Grove or...
Yeah, the Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove, yeah. And he witnessed the cremation of Moloch.
No, it's the cremation of care. That's what it's called.
Well, the giant statue itself was of Moloch.
Okay. But the ritual is called the cremation of care.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so then you are it.
Yeah. I'm see, that's the thing, man. I'm like too hip to all of these things where it's like I've talked myself out of all of the conspiracies.
Yeah.
Now I don't, like the whole did we land on the moon? Was it faked?
Mm-hmm.
I believe yes, they showed us some fake footage of the moon landing, definitely. But I also believe that we go to the moon regularly. I believe there's a base up there. I believe that it's all like, if we don't go there
There's
now,
some shit up there that we're not being told.
right? If we don't go there now, we were going up there with some kind of help, and now we can't. And now we're trying to get back.
Yeah.
But something has already gone down up there. There's evidence of it just from zooming in on the moon. If you have a good telescope, you know what I mean. Independent people will do it, but you know what I mean. I also believe. So it's like, where do I lie on the conspiracy theory list? I'm not saying the Earth's flat. I'm not saying the Earth's round. You know what I mean? I think the Earth is definitely round, but maybe there's a different parts to it that we don't know. It's possible, right?
I put it you like this, man. Like the part that gets me about the shit, man, is like motherfuckers spend a lot of time and waste a lot of fucking time debating, going back and forth for what?
I think what it is deep inside we know something's going on and something's wrong, and we can't pinpoint it. And some people are looking here, some people are looking there, some people are flipping this rock, some people are looking behind this dark corner, and everybody sees something everywhere. And it makes you feel less vulnerable to know the truth or to know something is happening. I think that's really what it is. Because if you think that everybody's lying to you and you're being pushed around like a cattle, I mean, cattle are scared all the time. Even when they're out on the field grazing away from the farmer, they're like nervous about people. Because they know people are going to move me around and they're going to fucking eventually slaughter. Eventually, I'm going to go in that room and disappear. You know what I mean? Like all the other cows.
Yeah, we know everyone that's gone in there. We never saw them again.
Right. So to ease the suffering of not knowing what goes on in that room, the cows just sit around with each other and say, this and that. Some people make up this theory, some people make up that theory, just to have some kind of feeling about what happens in that room. Because they don't know. They feel less vulnerable. I think really that's what it is. That's the whole woke culture, is really just trying to come to terms with all of the lies that we've been told. And they're all looking for Bigfoot instead. You know, they're looking for like Bigfoot.
See, another part of the problem, bro, is when you look at that framework for so long, it also becomes disheartening. You stop giving a fuck, man. It's just like, whatever.
Well, you know what gives me hope, though? That I see people, like, that are able to make enough resources to get somewhere safe. I think, I mean, that's really the only option right now that I think I have, especially being in a highly compacted area like DC, where there's lots of people, DC metro area, the whole Virginia, Maryland area. It's just highly congested with people. So is New York and all that. So the thing is, try to get enough money so that you have resources to build something somewhere for yourself. If you can build something for yourself somewhere, you'll feel more comfortable. You know, you'll feel like way less. Everybody who works hard on a daily basis thinks way less about, you know, the bureaucracies in politics. Unless they're losing their jobs, which as of right now, a lot of people's jobs are getting lost like shit because places are shutting down. New York just closed indoor dining.
Again?
Well, I don't know if it's again, but I just heard about it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
okay.
it's just
Implying that it's possible that they never closed it. Like, I mean, I want to say at some point they probably did, though. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, quote unquote lockdowns and all that shit, bullshit or whatever.
Right. Well, I mean, it's just a fact now that so many places are shutting down and companies are shutting down. You know what's interesting too? Like, we knew that voting. I don't want to go into politics, but just for 1 second. We knew that voting Democratic was going to bring about this kind of socialist system where, like, everybody has to do what the government says and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But isn't it interesting, like, the voters? Because if you think about it, the people that come here to this country, they come here because they want to work.
Mm-hmm.
They come here because the economy allows you to make money and work and maybe send it back home or whatever.
Right.
But what if, like, there's no economy? You know, everybody's been so duped. Everybody's been tricked so hard. It's just like, what do you do when you? How do you come to terms with this? Well, that's why a lot of people are thinking about things like conspiracy theories of the Earth and space, and you know, oh no, what's the government doing with CERN? They're trying to make a black hole and swallow us whole. The world's full of aliens are out there. You know, like. Really, it's just, what the fuck, where are we being led? What the hell is, you know what I mean? What are we about to be made to do? You know? The road to hell is paved with good intentions, man. And everybody's out there with good intentions on their heart. That's all I'm saying. There's good deeds and there's good intentions, you know? The road's not paved. The road to hell is not paved with good deeds. You know? That's for sure. It's paved with good intentions. So I saw that you were making music, man. Again.
Hey, that's mine, bro. What the fuck are you doing?
My bad. My bad. It's in my house.
What the fuck is still mine, nigga?
I'm just saying, if it's in my house, it's mine. But I mean, you can have it. No, but I saw you were making music again, man. I saw it. I saw with my fucking eyes a computer with beats on it, and you behind the wheel.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
I'm like lost on that. I'm choking up. I can't even say the words. Congratulations. Congratulations, man. Dang, coming back. Congratulations.
Stupid.
You open your heart back up to the waves that are coming in, man. Just let everything happen.
Open your heart back up to the music, man. I was talking about this earlier on in this episode, I think, actually. There was a guy put a post up, and it was like, hey, this is my guitar. It was like an older guy. It was a beautiful, normal, clean house, like somebody's normal house, you know? Cool guitar. He's like, I bought this guitar, you know, I'm messing around with it here and there. I've been thinking about really starting to learn sometime after Christmas. Maybe I'll post some progress videos for you guys. And I was like, dude, if you're just messing around with that guitar every once in a while, and you are considering waiting until after Christmas to start learning, please just don't. You know what I mean? Please. Because let me tell you something. Music is something that when you decide I'm going to do it, if you're a musician, you, even yourself, dude, how long were you away from it? For quite a while you have not done music, but you were doing music for a while. You were a musician. I watched you be one. I've actually told everybody a lot of times outside of our clique as I was out there, I'd be like, yeah, there's like two dudes in my neighborhood that fucking are just bad as shit if you're talking about making music. One of them is Virtue and one of them's Tone Capone. Tone Capone can spit fast as fuck and Virtue can make some beats like shit, and he makes songs, like the whole song. You know what I mean? That's how I saw you. So when you're like, I don't do music anymore, I'm like, fuck. But as a real musician, when times are tough, it's going to draw you back. It's going to call you back in and help you. If I had to wait till after Christmas to play my guitar, I would kill myself. You know what I mean? Like, I want to every day I play my guitar until my fingers hurt. And it's like another thing I said earlier. That's like life, dude. If you don't do something until it hurts, you haven't done it enough. You know? When you want something bad, you have to do it until it hurts and then keep going. That is that you know, that's the inner motivation showing you that, like, I can even work past the pain. I want this so badly. There's times where after I'm done playing guitar at night, like, I sit down, it doesn't hurt, and then like 30 minutes later, I can't even touch anything because it's bruised. You know what I mean? But that's just because I won't stop, man. I won't stop. God talks to you through music, and if you just keep making it bit by bit, second by second, one more second of music, just second by second. You know what I mean? Like, bar by bar, making that song longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. That's a prayer. It is. It's a spiritual speech. It's coming out of you from a place that's not your mouth, right? So obviously it's coming from somewhere, exactly, deep inside, and possibly originating from somewhere far away, very far away. It could be a signal coming in, and you'll see, man. And when you feel like you're being watched, that's when you're doing your best. You don't even have to think about it. The world's like that, man. Even, love is like that. Just to tie it all back together. If you love something, it hurts. It hurts. Just all the things about it. Like, just the idea of something might happen to it hurts. You know what I mean? Like, the idea of losing it one day hurts. Mm-hmm. Like, when you really love something, it actually hurts. So, I mean, if you're not feeling pain from something, I say move on to something else. I mean, pain breeds, like, emotion, breeds everything. That's how I used to make all my songs, just every bit of pain in my life. That's how songs are made. I can't imagine.
Not always from pain.
I mean, I don't know, man. Even the most happy songs, like Bob Marley, "Don't worry," about the thing. It's so fucking happy. You know what I mean? Be alright. I still like somehow when I'm hearing that song, it makes me feel this sadness because that happiness comes from is covering something. You know what? Don't worry about a thing. Everything's gonna be all right. Can you imagine if you were saying that to somebody? Why would
you're trying to comfort them
because something happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
you're trying to comfort pain.
Exactly. So like I see.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but like all I'm saying is like I don't believe that every song comes from pain.
No. But I also don't think that every song is a song. Like when you hear like, oh yeah, go rise it up, put your cup in the air, yeah, light it up. You know what I mean? Okay, that didn't come from pain at all. That just came from we're partying. We got a beat on.
Yeah, it's just an anthem.
It's just yay, fun party, and you would call it a song. I would call it just
it's a party anthem, is what it is.
Yeah, just I would call it music.
You know what I mean? It has its place. You know, like whether you enjoy that shit or not, it has its place. Just leave it at that.
Exactly. But I also, I come from this whole other line, man. That's why there's certain types of music that don't catch me. Mm-hmm. And I see that it catches lots of people, of course. I mean, people. But I've had this argument with some girls where I'm like, they'll be talking about like very pro-feminism like ideals, and then I'll bring up the fact that their favorite artist talks like this, and then they'll be like, I just like the beat, right? And I'm like, well, wait, no, that's not what I'm saying though. I'm saying that like your favorite artist wants you to, lick the sweat off his nuts and fucking let him skeet on your back. You know what I mean? Bust a nut in your butt. How about that? And it's like, you like that coming from your artist.
Okay.
Right? Do you really like that? And they'll just say, well, I just like the beat. So it's like, okay, I think, it's probably true. Like, if you just get a rhythm going that somebody likes, you could say anything.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, as I put it, like this is, from a musician's perspective, you also got to remember this. Half motherfuckers don't even understand what the fuck being said in the song anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And with the motherfuckers now, their attention span is even shorter. Cut that half by half. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, that's why a lot of this mumble rap bullshit be getting over. Because motherfuckers don't understand what the fuck these niggas be saying anyway. They ain't even tuned into it anyway.
But you know what's fucking crazy, though? Little children are able to translate and deduce and mimic the dialect. You know what I mean? Like, literally. Yeah. So little children start using just that. So can you imagine, like, your kids just mumble rapping to you?
No, I can't. But, like, something that's throwing me the fuck off right here is that this little thing right there. Oh, damn. It's on the screen.
God damn, dude.
I'm like, man, what the fuck is this goddamn thing over here looking like a volume bar back here? I'm like, oh, it's on the screen.
Right.
Wow. Goddamn.
Right, why is there a volume bar behind me in thin air?
That's why I look back here and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is making that shit look like that?
There's a ghost
and that's
volume
why I was like,
bar.
let me try to squeeze that thing. I'm like, oh, damn, my hand's behind it.
It is like near Christmas. That could be the ghost of volume bars past. You know what I mean?
It would have been cool if I could have put like, and make the volume go up and she goes,
right, or we just zooms way the fuck
right,
in.
just like do it again, like zoom in,
or it just dims me, turns me completely off.
Right,
that'd be nice. You just look weird because they're not going to see any of that. I could probably put like a little,
whatever.
I don't know, something like a body part. I don't want to be gay right now, but I was thinking butthole or penis.
No, please don't. Somewhere right.
Man, let's see.
No, we're not doing that bullshit.
God damn it. Yeah. Crush your head. You remember, that came from a show called Kids in the Hall. He'd be like this. I'm crushing your head. I'm crushing your head.
Is that where that started?
And then when they look at you, you go, you can't see me. Yeah, like you can't see me.
That's probably where John Cena stole that shit.
Yeah, maybe. Unless, no, man, you can't see me. Like that. Or is it like, you can't see me, I'm too fast?
I was like, you can't see me.
Well, John Cena, I don't know, man. He's the only one who's literally built like Planet of the Apes. Like, you know, the apes.
Okay. A fucking
His arms are huge and long, and he can run with them. Like
a West Newbury, Massachusetts silverback gorilla.
Dude, seriously. Them little tiny legs, them long,
You ain't lying.
arms.
You ain't
dude.
lying.
His arms are
You
the
ain't
size of
lying,
his
yeah.
thighs, and his arms are like the same thickness.
Yeah, only thing you need to see is just that nigga dragging his knuckles across the
Right?
That'd
Hey,
be funny as shit, man.
my arms on my thighs, and my thighs on my neck.
Nah, you know what? That's what we need right there. You need a fucking
Everything looks the same when I flex.
like, you know, what the fuck was that movie? Rob Schneider was in that movie, The Animal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to go ahead and get John Cena in a movie like that and shit, where that nigga be hanging out with the gorillas in the zoo or in the jungle or some shit.
I mean, I would.
Nah,
But here's the thing, John Cena can't act.
Nah, this how you do it. Nah, just do it. Tarzan 2021, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, they found this nigga in like goddamn the back remote jungles in like Uganda or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
We'll have to do some work on him because his acting skills are subpar.
I mean, but here's the thing about it though. You know what I'm saying? If Woody he doing a lot of the movie is like audible tones but not real words and like, you know, slapping the air and like dragging his knuckles across the ground and
throwing
shit.
his shit.
I mean, that too. I mean,
Pissing in his mouth
we could
falling off a tree.
Yeah, and every time he falls, it makes like the sound in the Flintstones or some shit. Yeah, I mean, we could make that work. We can make that work. You know what I'm saying? We don't need an A-list actor to make that work.
It's John Cena.
Nah, matter of fact, fuck it. Just do George of the Jungle. Just do that fucking movie. George of the Jungle. Watch out for that tree. Remember that shit?
Right? Jesus Christ.
Just do that shit. Because, I mean, he goofy enough to make that shit work. And the whole thing about George of the Jungle is fucking stupid as shit to begin with. But it's still funny.
Do you know, man, I've been having a big problem, dude. I've been on, speaking of movies, I've been on Netflix and Prime and Hulu, and I'm looking for movies to watch, right? What are you going to say, man? Because it might be a tied in.
I'm going to give you a movie suggestion real quick. But I'm going to call out something about that shit. Because you mentioned this last time. You were talking about some bullshit. You were looking for some anime or some shit.
Anime?
Yeah.
Well, I don't particularly like
Yeah,
anime.
you said you was looking for something. Yeah, last time we were talking, you said you were looking for something anime. I remember. Right? And
maybe one movie anime.
whatever, I don't give a fuck what you were looking for.
What? Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was funny, you know, later. I didn't think about it at the time and shit. I thought how it was funny how you decided to try to bust me out on one of the older episodes about that B-Stars bullshit. Remember that crap? Yeah. So, yeah, I thought I'd bring that shit back up. But now, if you haven't watched The Old Guard, with Charlize Theron is in that, that's a good fucking movie, man.
Yeah.
Old Guard.
And the lead character is a badass female, right? All right. Every movie on Netflix, the lead character is a badass female. Not everyone.
Not all of them.
No. But look at all the new ones coming out.
Yeah, I already see where you're going with that shit. But yeah,
And all the men are just kind of like, I don't know, just props.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, that
Or the evil tyrant.
that narrative. Yeah, I got it. But speaking of which, Peppermint, that was a good one too.
Oh, that's a badass female?
Yeah, that movie was fucking good. Man.
How about a non-badass female? Dude, it's all just badass females now. And, dude, I love movies with badass females. Remember Domino?
Mm-hmm.
Badass
What
movie,
about
dude.
goddamn Hannah?
Um,
you ever see that one?
No, I didn't.
Oh, about the little girl like that grew up in like a cabin in the woods with her father and shit, who was like a fucking CIA op, and he like trained her like her whole fucking life growing up and shit, and then like one night in the middle of the night and shit, this motherfucker just like left her in the cabin by herself and shit because like they found him and they was coming for him and shit,
Yeah,
right?
I didn't see
and
that.
she had to get away.
Oh,
Hannah, Hanna.
all right.
Great fucking movie.
All right, describing the whole movie did not make me suddenly be like, oh, yeah, I saw it.
I mean, I could explain more to you, but like,
I'm just kidding.
but yeah, like, bro, like
I,
that.
I get it.
That's a
probably
great fucking
good.
movie.
How old is the movie?
Probably within the past 10 years. It definitely ain't brand new.
Right.
But like, I mean, it's definitely, like within, like I said, within our modern times and shit. But like, the thing about it is like the central character is really it's the girl. You know what I'm saying? But she, she's not somebody well known.
Right.
Like
right.
the most well known character in the movie and shit is her father. But like, I can't even I can recall his face, but I can't remember his name.
Right. But see, my thing is, what I'm trying to say here is that I thoroughly enjoy women, right? Female actors are the key element in many movies. Silence of the Lambs would not be Silence of the Lambs without Lieutenant Starling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Without her, or Agent Starling, without her in the movie, it would just be like some weird guys. Natural Born Killers, Oliver Stone. Juliette Lewis and, oh God, how come I can't remember his name? White Man Can't Jump.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis. Badass movie, dude. Wouldn't be what it is without Juliette Lewis.
Even the other joint, what was it? The House of a Thousand Corpses and the Devil's Reject and shit.
Right.
Same shit.
Oh, hell yeah. Rob Zombie's wife played it. I can't remember her name because I'm not up on my lore with Rob Zombie films. I'm just being honest. I'm sorry. But
I mean, I think it's okay not to be. Like, I mean, you invest in a whole lot of motherfucking time knowing all of these people's names and all of this shit, my nigga, and you're not paid to do it for a specific fucking reason.
right, I will say this
too
though.
much time.
I will say this though. She's fucking awesome actress and she's beautiful. You know what I mean? And like every time I see her, I'm like, yeah, she's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I hate her. I just don't know her name. And then
I wasn't suggesting that.
the last movie I watched, Sucker Punch, recently, right? That movie's bad as shit, dude. And that's got almost an all-female cast. And the man's an asshole because he's running a brothel. And that makes sense to me. You know what I mean? He's running a brothel out of an insane asylum. He's slutting out crazy girls.
Yeah.
Which is horrible. You know what I mean? And they got to take care of them. But the whole movie's just full of interesting, fantasy scenes.
From 2011.
Oh, Hannah.
Yeah. I said Hanna, motherfucker.
I know, man. I believed you. I even remembered it. And I put a mental note and everything. I feel like you're about to literally hit cast and my TV's going to come on and Hannah's going to come on. And the next thing you know, we're just going to be sitting back just kind of eating Oreos watching Hannah.
Fucking Oreos in this bitch. Fuck up with that crap. But bro, it's a good fucking movie.
Yeah, I imagine. I'll watch it. You know what? Just because, especially now, it's been a topic of the show. It's taken over the show.
Actually,
So
matter of fact, fuck it. For the record, shit. Let's just see if we can get a good close up of that shit.
Be quick. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it off the screen.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that shit, go watch it, man. It's a good fucking movie. That's free advertising. It's worth watching.
Yep, and there's lots of films out there that are worth watching that
Yes,
are
there
just
are.
full female cast. There's a lot of females.
This ain't one of them.
There's a lot of supporting roles by females. There's a lot of supporting roles by males. Acting used to be good. And now it's like these shows are just so fucking textbook. You know from the get-go that the main character is going to be like a female, that she's going to have a lot of supporting female cast as well, that the men are going to be basically in the roles that they are usually placed in, just with no lines. You know what I mean? And they're going to, or they're going to be the tyrannical villain. You know what I mean? But if they need a big time villain who's going to be really powerful, let's make that a girl too.
That jump's a good movie.
Yeah, the Old Guard. She is literally the top bodyguard, right? And or she's doing a good job. You know what I mean?
She's not a bodyguard.
What? Oh, wait, what? She was just recently. That's not the movie where she's like in the desert and like she has to watch that girl.
Well, I think what you're talking about is the same, but it wasn't that she was in the desert watching that girl. Like
it's like a rich girl, and she like had to keep watching her back.
No. Then we're not talking about the same thing at all.
Okay.
No, like the part in there that has anything to do with the desert was that there was a girl. I think she was. I don't know. I don't know why I want to say it was maybe it was either Army or Air Force, right? But she was in a I guess a ground unit or whatever, and she was like sent there with a unit with like another girl and shit to get some like intel from like I guess the women or whatever because it was like a Arab country or some shit.
All right, I got you, man.
And,
it's a whole different story.
Yeah, and she got her throat cut, right? Like right in front of like her whole fucking platoon and shit. Like she like they watched just cut her whole shit, right?
Right.
But then like fast forward, a little further into the movie and shit. Like she wake up in the fucking goddamn in the sick bay and shit, and motherfuckers have got her like handcuffed and locked to the bed and shit. And this chick is trying to figure out why the fuck they got her locked to the bed, and they're trying to figure out how the fuck she's not dead. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why they got her locked to the bed, because they were like, bitch, we saw your throat get cut. How the fuck are you not dead? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it's kind of like Wolverine and Sabretooth. How, like, they got executed by firing squad, and then, like, 2 days later, the guy's like, so, you guys want to join our team? You know what I mean? Because they didn't get killed.
Kind of, sort of like that, but, like, in this case, it wasn't military that was like, hey, join our team and shit. You know what I mean? They was basically going to either lock her away or basically dissect her for the rest of her goddamn life and try to figure out how the fuck she didn't die from that shit. You know
Right.
And because you mentioned the desert part, like Charlize Theron, the main chick, she's like the oldest of, these, whatever the fuck you want to call them, that don't die or won't die. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And immortal.
Basically. And, you know what I'm saying?
Here we are, princes of that universe.
They can feel when that shit when this shit happens like that with somebody new like that.
Right.
So that's why she was in the desert and shit, because she had to go find her.
And there's also like
snatch her up out of there.
Hancock. They had guys like that. It was like they didn't die.
Ironically, same chick. Go figure.
You know.
Go figure.
I feel like it's so easy to like just like kind of make new movies just based off old movies. You know.
I mean, I'm sure like the whole concept of being immortal wasn't first thought of in Hancock or some shit.
Oh man, Highlander I think was the first movie that tackled it like that. Like we're immortals and we can, when we see each other, we fight, kill one, we get our powers or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
when one of them doctors chop their head off and shit.
Yeah.
Sword. Another good movie, by the way, Highlander. Classic movie. Cult classic.
When they chop the head off, it's called The Quickening.
Mm-hmm. That was Highlander 2, The Quickening.
Yeah. Yep.
That's old school right there. Some of these young dumb motherfuckers now be like, Highland? What?
I apologize for that nasty, phlegm-filled display of disgusting human nature, but speaking of Highlander, The Quickening, speaking of Highlander, okay, in general.
Speaking of high, imagine what it would be like if Half-Baked came out now.
I'll imagine that in 1 second. If you want to know another example of Freddie Mercury and Queen and Freddie Mercury, just Queen, if you want to know an example of Queen's ability to do anything, do their soundtrack to Highlander. Listen to the Highlander soundtrack. Queen did the whole soundtrack. Princes of the Universe. If you just listen to it, oh my God, that song is just
It's gonna make you
fucking-
want to rub your nipples like this, and you're gonna go.
Right. You
And
may.
you're gonna want somebody to like just like shower you with like any sort of sticky white substance while you're doing it.
He said it. I was going to say you may want somebody to shower you with a sticky white substance while you do it, but he beat me to it. To mine. It's like if one person thinks it, it's just a thought. If two people think it, it's probably true. You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
I don't.
It means let's fuck.
Nah.
I'm just kidding.
Nah. Nah.
No, I'm not kidding at all. But seriously, nah, man. You said, what if Half Baked happened for real? And I don't understand what you mean by that, to be honest.
Like the movie Half Baked.
I do.
What if that movie came out now?
If it came out now?
Yeah.
Oh, God. There's a lot of things couldn't come out now. What about that movie specifically you're talking about, though? What part of Half Baked are you talking about specifically?
Just the movie itself, bro.
I mean, right now it would be
Yeah.
accepted. I can't think of anything in it that wouldn't be
It'd
accepted.
be fucking great.
If it came out today,
Mm-hmm.
you know, maybe. But what would they change? Remember the scene where he gets high and floats? They get high and they start floating away, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what? They could make the CGI a little better.
Sure.
That'd be it. You know, what else could? What would they change? You can't change Half Baked.
I mean, who gives a fuck about changing it? I'm just saying, like, if it came out now, that'd be cool.
Well, it came out already. You want to watch it now and then pretend it came out now?
No.
It'd be like, cool.
No.
No, but there's a lot of things that you could remember in Living Color.
Because like, I'll give you an example. Because like, for example, in that movie, the whole Dead Presidents thing in there,
Yeah.
like, motherfuckers now wouldn't get that shit.
No.
They wouldn't get it.
But
They wouldn't even make the connection. You see what I'm saying?
yes, but I'm asking you, do you remember in Living Color
Of course I do.
the premiere
The TV show.
funny show?
Yes, I do. So many great motherfuckers came from there.
So many.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Come on, that's
Yeah.
that's pretty much what you need to know.
Jamie Foxx, Damon Wayans,
And once you know
David
that,
Allen Greer,
that's like everybody
the Wayans
came
brothers. Yeah, I mean that's just the names I remember off top.
Actually, Jamie Foxx. You know what? We'll take Jim Carrey back and put
Bro.
Jamie Foxx on top because he probably made more than Jim Carrey. I think.
Bro, we'll take it another level. Goddamn, well, actually, that could be debatable. J-Lo. That
J-Lo?
bitch came from there.
She
you know?
was a fly girl.
Yes.
And you know what? That butt.
That
was
bitch came from
that
there,
butt
yeah.
was on there too.
Yes, it
That butt was
nah,
on
hey,
there,
cuz
too.
I still remember that shit still make me laugh, bro. I seen this goddamn Jamie Foxx stand up where he was like at some like award show or whatever, and he was like he seen J-Lo backstage, and she was like she was mad at him because he was making jokes about that she can't sing and shit, and he was just like, bitch, you can't sing, right? But anyway, but he was like, how you gonna get mad? He was like, how you gonna get mad in front on me? He was like, I remember before the J-Lo, it was hey ho.
Oh, man.
He was like, I remember before the J-Lo, it was hey ho. I was like, damn, cuz
that is
that is dirty, yeah.
that is a hardcore statement right there.
Yes, it is. Cause he was like, bitch, I remember you before you wasn't shit. So how you gonna try in front of me?
And you know what? All of us wasn't shit, and I'm still not shit. So I don't really care about knowing somebody before or after their shit. But I will tell you something. When you see somebody back before they were the shit, it looks a little funny. You see them back then, man. Every one of them, their outfits and shit. Dude, oh my God. And there's nothing like laughing at that shit. We were taking shrooms, and I sat Sean down, and I turned on In Living Color, and I just sat over here and just watched what.
Oh God. Oh God. Please tell me y'all at least saw one clip of fucking Fire Marshal Bill. Cause I know that shit was fucking trip you the fuck
It
out. Bro.
does trip you out.
I know it would, yeah.
We watched a marathon of it.
Oh God, dude. Cause that nigga Jim Carrey is fucking sick, yo.
He was like, please tell me. It seemed like he just jumped over and came out. And I was like, no, he didn't. He thought, because this was when Jim Carrey was like doing this, I'm a rapper guy, and he thought he came out of the screen.
Oh, like when he was doing The fucking Vanilla Ice.
No, it
skit?
wasn't a Vanilla. It was a different one. Yeah, I can't remember exactly. I can't. For me, it was like cartoons were happening, so I can't remember exactly the one. I just remember it was on the street and he was like doing rapping or something. But nah, man. If you back to the point. The reason I brought that up is because what you said, as far as can you imagine things being brought out now?
Mm-hmm.
What about Handyman and Handy Boy, or like Blaine and Antoine? You know, like
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
those are
shits
things.
So fucking funny though, man.
Yeah, but
God.
and
damn.
we all know it's funny. We all know it's funny, but a couple of actual funny motherfuckers out there get offended, and we all gotta fucking get stripped and skinned, hogtied and debased of all of our medals, right? And then sent off, and then like bang, we are no more. If we sit there and make that funny, right? But please, I encourage everybody, go watch In Living Color and laugh, please.
See, here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole handyman skit thing, you gotta remember, yeah, dude was handicapped, but my nigga was a superhero.
Yeah.
My nigga was a superhero.
Right.
Okay?
But
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
My nigga was a superhero.
Yes.
Right?
How did he talk?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but how did he talk?
I don't give a fuck.
But how did he talk?
I don't give a fuck.
Well, that's the only thing they're talking about.
I
Is
don't
how
give
did
a-
he talk?
My nigga was a superhero. Now, the other shit, they got gay motherfuckers that host TV shows and all that bullshit. So I don't want to fucking hear it. Now, if anything, if any episode of that shit motherfuckers want to get mad about, they need to get mad about the episode where the nigga hit his fucking head and turned not gay for an episode.
Oh.
Get mad about that episode.
Well, what about fucking...
You remember that shit?
I do. Oh.
He's like, oh my God, it does not work like that. How the fuck could you say that? I'm so offended. You know what I'm saying? And they probably just take that shit and go ham with the shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, just the
It doesn't work like that. It's not. You can't get hit over the head and all of a sudden you like
just the homeless
sex.
The homeless
What the
guy.
hell?
You remember the homeless guy?
Oh God. And they always had the pickle in the jar, my nigga.
I
Oh,
know, man. He was building the box house. He was like, we gotta put the boxes, and then you use a little natural adhesive. And he digged in his nose. He put the boogers on the box and like tried to stuck the boxes together. He called it natural adhesive. The guy was like, remember the white dude was living in the box with him? He was like, is there a bathroom in here? He was like, yo, you go, and he hands him the jar with the pickle in it.
The outhouse. We got an in-house outhouse.
Well, the thing is, that's making fun of homeless people, man.
Oh no, God! What about Wanda?
Oh,
remember that shit?
you know,
Wanda?
Yeah.
They gonna be pissed off about the men in film. They gonna have a damn brain aneurysm over the Wanda shit,
Right? And
I am going to tear you up.
right? Get your ass over here. Fine, whatever. I don't want you anyway. I remember Wanda, man.
I'm ready to go. That was the shit you say. I'm ready to go.
Classy ass one. Hey, she got some class, let me tell you, man. She got some class and she got some ass. Just because her mouth is some trash, don't mean she don't got a class and an ass. Class A ass. But there was a penis under that skirt, so everybody know, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like, as far as the skit go, it was technically supposed to be a girl.
You know what I thought was the funniest thing ever, dude? My father one day, I hear him. We're all just sitting around. I came to his house to chill. Unbeknownst to me, what they do every day, right? Well, he's sitting there watching TV during the day, and I was sitting there, and he turns on fucking Flavor of Love, right? And he's like into it, and he's like, hey, check this out, Andy. See that chick right there? She's got some class. And he was talking about New York. You remember New York from Flavor of Love? She became like, I can't remember what she did after that. But okay, so he was like, that is the class. And my mom kept getting mad and coming in there telling him to turn it off. Right? And he was just kept saying, like, Andy, get you a woman like that. Get you a woman like that. And I'm like New York? Now, New York was like loud, obnoxious, man. But he was like, yeah, but she got class. She's got class. I was like, oh, God damn, what are you doing?
Does she?
I don't know. It was weird. I'm telling you, it's weird.
Yeah, it sounds weird.
I'm not telling you this in any kind of logical, like, Dad, yeah, no, think about it, man. You know what I mean? No.
Yeah, it sounds weird.
I'm just like, damn, Dad. You watch Flavor of Love? Yeah.
Yeah, that in itself is like, okay. Alright, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know, like, you into this black ass nigga shit right here?
Well, I mean, it was just back in the day. And, you know, honestly, I think what happened was because Flavor of Love was one of those things that they played on VH1 and shit.
Yeah, like that shit, at a certain point, that shit was just on marathon.
Right, everybody watched it. Like, I'm sure he didn't watch a lot of, like, shows that are just BET. He didn't know about none of that. But he knew about Flavor of Love, man. Oh, man, that's funny, dude. There's only a couple shows, I guess. One show he would never not watch. I mean, he checked the TV show. He checked it every day was to watch the fucking Good Times, dude. And you know what? It made me wish that my dad was James Evans. Because James Evans was way better than my dad. You know what I mean? My dad would just punch me. James Evans wanted to knock JJ out a couple times. Had to go spank him once or twice, but generally had a mild... You know what I mean? He was a good dad. My dad would just sit there and watch him. I'd be like mad about that. It's like you're sitting there watching like a good family instead of making your family.
You turn the shit off and then behave like a fucking monster.
Right.
Right after watching some wholesome shit. I'm like, aw, wasn't that a great show? TV off. I know, shut the fuck up! Go the fuck upstairs and go the fuck to bed now!
Right, the dog's just like
crack 2 beers at the same fucking time and shit.
The dog runs in the bathroom.
Bring me the rest of the 6-pack now, bitch.
Nah. Hey, why don't you go do something, you freeloader? Come here, doggy. And then like loves the dog. Hey, isn't a dog a freeloader too? Like, hey, I'm your son. Can I please, like, have a bowl of food? You know, I don't know, like...
Well, I mean, you could argue not a freeloader because, like, the dog didn't just, like, show up and shit. You know what I'm saying?
The dog was brought in to be a I need a freeloader in my life.
Brought in to be a freeloader. That makes no fucking logical sense.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yep.
Because the whole concept of being a freeloader is that it's unwanted.
All of these extra connotations on words, man.
But that's what a freeloader is. It's unwanted.
Nah, Kato Kalin was a freeloader, but OJ wanted him in that fucking outhouse. You know what I mean? Kato Kalin lived off of OJ, but OJ wanted him there.
How? Why? How do you know that?
They were best friends. They did Kato Kalin was OJ's get everything. He could get him anything. You know what I mean? Like, he's that guy on the side, man.
Okay, so then he wasn't a freeloader. He had his use.
But still.
He was his utility man.
But here's the thing. He lives in his house.
He had him in his pocket.
He calls, it's like if I call you, I'm gonna get you some weed and I'm gonna get you some bitches and all this shit. And when you come through, I've ordered enough weed for you and me and enough bitches for you and me, and you're paying. You know what I mean? Because I got, and the party's popped. So, like, there's going to be a bill, but I'm partying tonight. Everybody. I mean, Kano was the party, though. That's why OJ could get away with partying like he did under his wife's nose, too. I mean, they both did that shit. Like, well, I mean, whoever murdered who, I don't know what murder means. I don't even, define murder. You know what I mean? Like,
what the fuck?
I'm just saying, like, that's debatable.
It's a defined murder.
That's debatable. So, like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, as far as, like, having a party life, you need somebody like Kato around, yeah. But he's still a freeloader. You gotta have somebody that's got their shit going for them. Yeah. So you call your guy from his house. He comes not from your pool house. Although that wouldn't be a bad life living at OJ's pool house.
Right, it would be like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, except you're not fresh,
Right.
or Prince,
Or a prince. But we're in Bel Air.
or black.
Like literally, this motherfucker was like Kurt Cobain hanging out with
Right.
fucking.
Big head ass waterhead OJ.
You know what I mean? Can you imagine fucking NWA, but with like Kurt Cobain was in there playing guitar? Like
That would have been sick though, bro. God damn, that would have been sick. Can you imagine
man.
that? Like, can you imagine if collabs? Like, I will say this: that is one thing that, you know, as time has passed, has benefited music. Is like more genre crossover and shit like that.
There was definitely a time where they were doing rap rock. Like, they were crossing over big time, where it was like Linkin Park with like fucking Limp Bizkit. But Limp Bizkit is the...
Remember, who was it? Who was it? Was it Linkin Park? Or was it Limp Bizkit that did the whole fucking album with Jay-Z?
I might have been Limp Bizkit.
No, it was Linkin Park. It's like it was on Encore.
Was it?
I think so.
I mean, you know, I'm not up to that, because when rap rock hit, I was just like, whatever. Goodbye.
Yeah, I know, because you're like, here you go with this cornball shit.
Right? It tried so hard! Never mind.
Mm.
You know, Chester died from Linkin Park, the singer. Right? I raped myself. I hate myself. Like,
Funny part about it, nigga, you remember the words like a motherfucker though, yeah.
I think I don't think he said I raped myself at all.
Rape myself?
Yeah. It was like, what's that song? It's like, I hate myself, what I've become. I rape myself. No, wait. I don't know what else to say at that point, because I don't know the word, but.
No, but it's funny how you got like the sobbing wail of a sing that he's supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
like if Handyman was trying to sing it.
Right. There's some bands that came out with that like scarred boy image. You know, Korn was one of them, man. And all their songs were like about just being like, Daddy beat me.
I didn't listen to Korn.
Daddy used to beat me, and I'm a burger. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, literally, like, you know, oh my.
That was the whole thing.
Pretty much. Wait a second. And then I make with eyes, and then I go, rage, boom, inside rage, 'cause Daddy beat me. Literally, that's how he sang, and he says, I think he said that, like, Daddy beats me or something like that. And I'm like, well, what was that other band that was like, I cut myself, cut my life into pieces, my last resort, suffocation, no breathing.
Okay, how about this one? You know, let's change.
If I cut my arm bleeding.
How you feel about the Black Eyed Peas?
The Black Eyed Peas?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that they're fun. You know? I think that their drummer is an epic drummer with an epic afro.
You talking about Will.i.am?
No.
Who the fuck? No, you talking about Questlove?
Yes.
Yeah, Questlove is not no goddamn drummer for them. For the Black Eyed Peas, I think that's different.
No.
Black Eyed Peas is fucking Will.i.am, Fergie, and that other motherfucker.
You got me. But
But I know who Questlove is, though.
Here's the thing, man. Listen to who you're talking about, okay? Will.i.am. Number one, I put him down on like the fourth or fifth or sixth tier of people I would listen to, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What about Fergie? What was that song? She just, like, her heartfelt, this is like the epitome of how I feel song. What was that song, like, Girls Don't Cry or something?
Nah, I think it was that song, I'ma Be. That song.
What? Nah, but she sings this song and I'm like, oh man, it's
Hold
fucking,
up.
it's
horny.
Nah, you talking about this song right here. Shit, what the fuck? Like, I mean, even just that name, bro. Just like, what the hell?
She's Fergie-licious, man.
Fergie.
Apparently, she's Fergie-licious.
Shut the fuck up. We don't give a shit about your ads, fuck. This bullshit.
Fergie, Girls Don't Cry.
Remember this shit? This shit, remember this shit?
Yeah, no. That's not the one.
I know it's not.
This is the one, okay? And I'm only going to play a clip because I'm really not even supposed to, I think you're not really,
Yeah, we don't own the rights to this shit, but just like, it's for like, learning purposes and, covering the statutories of the statutories.
I'm just going to, pretend that there's a 10-second this song, listen. Like it's pursuing. Okay.
Oh no, I'm good on that one.
Yeah, I'm good too. I'm good on it. And I'm pretty much good on most of everything that I've heard from that camp. And you know what? I was being nice earlier when you said, what about Black Eyed Peas? And I was like, they're fun. And I'll just be honest. I fucking... I don't like a lot. Yeah, I don't like a lot of what's coming out of that camp.
I don't like Black Eyed Peas in my food, so why the fuck would I like the music?
No, actually, I don't mind Black Eyed Peas. Actually, you give them a little butter, some salt. You know what I mean? Throw in something. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, you gotta put them jokes in some collard greens.
Well, you gotta cook them with chicken feet. You gotta cook them with chicken feet or pig's feet.
But see, you already had that broth ready when you start cooking them collard greens and Black Eyed Peas and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's when that broth is already. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, collard greens are last.
No, I mean, but I'm just saying though, like when you cook that shit, because collard greens cook down so fast, you should already have the broth ready. Is what I'm saying.
Right, that's why they're last. Because you take everything you just cooked and cook the collard greens.
Right, that's the broth. That's what I'm saying. And put the Black Eyed Peas in that shit.
Pull that shit out. Uh-oh, what are we going to do next? Throw a little tiny bit of starch up in there, man. A little flour. A little cornmeal.
Right. Make some stuff in.
Well, I mean, you're just making gravy right now. Put a little water in there. Mix it up. Add some salt. A little salt, pepper, a little extra. And you can't just have you just make that gravy, right? Man. Take a little bit of that gravy, pull it off to the side. Make some more dough. Make a little dumplings out that joint. Deep fry them bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, meanwhile, you got everything fucking laid out. Oh my God, you ever take a pig's foot and just pick a pig's foot? Just,
No.
God damn.
No. No.
All right. I mean, yeah, anyway, that's just how I grew up. I did grow up on some country cooking, man. North Carolina barbecue, man. North Carolina barbecue. They got a place up the street here. I mean, it says North Carolina style barbecue. So I went and got some.
You just walk in the door, it's like, hey, let me get that pig foot. Just eating the bitch right there.
Right.
And they're like, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Give me the knuckle. Just knuckles.
But as soon as you walk in the door, they just hit you right in your mouth with the joint, you know? Right. It's like a conveyor belt of fat asses and shit, right? As soon as you walk to the door, you step on a fucking conveyor belt. So as soon as you step, right?
There's another fat guy right behind you,
right.
bro.
Like 6 feet distance, please. Right. So as soon as he steps up, step on up. Next, as soon as you walk in, start chomping and eating and shit. Right, going down the line and shit. Then
What the fuck?
Like there's no plate, none of that shit. Just go up to the next thing. There's like a little thing and shit for the condiments, where it's just fucking tubes and shit. You just squirt them in your mouth and shit. While you're fucking eating the damn Bigfoot, just as you're going down the line, you don't even have to walk. It just does all the damn moving for you. You know
and then when you come down the line, you just stick your hands and face in this thing, and water just and then you come out.
Right, then the last thing you just pay and then you leave.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So then, like, once you exit the door, you're just a little more porkier, like, than when you went in. Just a little bit.
Well,
Yeah, that's
the barbecue was good.
that's the restaurant called the Pork Line.
Well, the barbecue was good. There was a lot of people in there for it.
Okay.
The conveyor belt apparently was out of service because I didn't actually see them using it. I didn't even see tracks for it or anything, but could have been there, man. You know what I mean? It could have. I don't want to burst your bubble, you know, because we're all about hope.
They probably had him on the floating track that day.
Yeah, see,
As soon as they come in this time, it's just like a little hook comes down, picks them up and shit. Same thing. Down to the next thing.
God damn. Little do they know, as they're hooked up and eating, there's a machine in the back cutting slices of fat off, which means that they actually didn't get anything at all. And we get our meat back, and we get to cook, like, more burgers for people.
That's gross. But they're not selling burgers. They're selling pig knuckles and pig's feet.
Yeah, like flesh of pork.
Yeah, raw.
Pork flesh. No, it's not raw, man. It's not raw, dude. I don't think you can sell raw pork except in a grocery store.
Shit, cause they got them bitches fresh off the motherfucking goddamn joint and shit. They got that execution of motherfucker from Silent Hill just like whank.
I don't know where you're from, where people on the street are just offering you cubes of raw pork.
Chopping off.
You want to buy some pork?
Chopping off pig knuckles and hitting you in the face with them as soon as you slide in the door. Just whank.
Can you imagine if you were driving your car, you're at the stop sign, somebody runs up, offers you oranges, and you're like, oh, no. Another guy comes up and offers you, like, sliced pork. Raw pork.
Pork squares?
Raw pork?
Even before you can say no, like, oh, what the fuck?
Right? No.
Like 1 cube.
No.
Right, you know, but see, he hold it like this, right? He's holding it with 2 hands, right? But then while he's holding it, where the fuck does the other hand come from? Just like, oh, 1 cube in your mouth. Like, oh, you're like, what the fuck?
I would just be there. I'd just have, like, I'd be giving them everything raw. I'd be throwing whole live chickens in the car, just like, 2 chickens, just like, buy chicken. Throw like 4 in there. Buy chicken.
You pay?
Right.
And it's a brand new Maybach. Throw 4 live chickens in the car and shit. You pay?
You pay.
Like, get these motherfuckers out of my car. No. You pay.
Okay, 2 for 1. God damn, that's... Hey, we're not being racist because we're not actually talking about any specific country. We're talking about... You guess.
Farm animals.
You know, you guess.
Farm animals for consumption.
Right, and we don't know what country it's in, so whatever voice we're making, that's just happens to be that family's dialect.
Mm-hmm.
And F off.
Could be anywhere. It could be a multitude of countries. You know, if
Start thinking about this PC shit, it drives me crazy.
if whichever country that's churning inside you, that the one that you feel is offensive to you, that's the one we're referencing. And if it bothers you, good. Let it.
Wait, no, I just...
Let it stir that commode inside your heart until you flush it.
Make sure that your butthole burns with the flavors of sweet defeat. And I shall writhe behind your bed and snicker and say, and laugh at the sweet smell of sick sex that I've created on the other side of the bed. You and your father banging. I'm gonna bang your father.
What the fuck you keep turning this shit on, man?
Cause, man, I just said that. Cause what I said, now I have a place where I can cut it, man. Cause I can't just be like, you're gonna bang your father. You gotta cut it.
Why the fuck you all bang somebody's father anyway, bro? What the fuck, nigga? That's
No,
gay.
I was saying I would make them bang their fathers.
Oh, so you're encouraging what is that shit? even though it's something more. What is
It's
that?
like
incest.
incest.
It's incest.
Yeah, it's incest.
Yeah, you're encouraging incest.
That's right.
Male on female or male on male?
Ew.
Oh,
God, I don't know, man. That's a good question, though. I hadn't thought about that.
God damn, bro.
It's probably. I mean, if we're trying to make somebody sick and we're trying to dement them, I would make it male on male. Right?
I guess that's what you go for.
Me? No. But I know most people don't. Unless it was a gay kid who fantasized about his dad, then I wouldn't let him do it.
What the fuck?
I'd make him have sex with his mom. You know? I literally cut it so that I could go on with a better subject.
Yeah. And you're going over something worse.
Yeah, but you did ask me if it was male on male, and that's just like took me to the darkest place.
Right, but see, the problem is, bro, you decided to just start expounding on it, which means that it lives in there. So that's gay, bro. I'm sorry, that's gay. That's gay.
What's gay?
The fact that, like I said, I asked a simple question, and you started expounding on the shit.
What's wrong with being gay? Are you homophobic?
Am I homophobic?
Yeah.
Like, meaning, am I afraid of homosexuals?
Yeah.
No, I'm not afraid of homosexuals.
Well, why would it be an insult if you call me gay? Why is that an insult?
For you?
Yeah. Look at that shit, man. It just disappears.
I see, yeah. It's like that space age, like, rainbow plastic.
Right, well, anyway, being called gay is not an insult. I'm not gay, but it's not an insult. I mean, everybody should be gay. I think all people should...
Okay, like, when you say gay, do you mean, like, you think all people should be homosexual? Is that what you're saying?
Or
Or are you separating the two? Meaning, like, we're all happy, free, and gay in that way. Is
see?
that what you mean?
You see? Everybody should
Semantics?
be gay. And when we're talking about Webster's Dictionary
Semantics?
here, you know, if we're talking Webster's Dictionary, then gay is not a word for any kind of
Okay, then I'll be more
sexuality.
I'll be more specific in what you were saying then. That was homosexual gay.
Whoa, you mean deviant homosexuality. See, I think homosexuals aren't even a thing. It's not even a problem for me. It's deviant. But see, even deviant heterosexuality, you know, is still deviancy. So
Yeah.
deviancy is probably the problem that we don't like. Deviance.
Okay, so if it was gay homosexual action towards your butt, you're okay with that because it's not deviant? Or any sort of gay homosexual action towards your butt would be considered deviant?
Well, if I was coming out of a movie theater, right, and
Like, I mean, you could have just answered the question straight up, but go ahead.
no, I like to have the whole stories, and I need to put backstory. I like to run scenes. So if I was coming out of a movie theater,
Yeah.
and I got dragged into an alley, right, and then I was
Give up them cheeks, bitch!
right, and then I was savagely penetrated.
Yeah.
Right?
Damn, bro.
If I was penetrated in that position at that point, that's a problem.
I can imagine the squeal that you would let out.
Right. No. It probably would be. I'm not like that. I'm more the type to be like. I'm more the bear down.
Sound like a fucking goddamn Dragon Ball Asian.
I've never.
Like that?
I'll be honest. I've never been in the position, but I believe I would probably bear down.
Mm-hmm.
Try
to clench up, squeeze.
try to poop it out. You know what I mean? Like I'd probably be bearing down the whole time, which might give him more pleasure. I don't know.
Like you about to give birth? You're gonna bear like you're gonna give birth? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
What the fuck?
I'd be trying to get it out, right? Somehow, some way. But my point is that if I was dragged in after a movie,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? By, like, I don't know, somebody like a friend that I didn't expect, that would be deviant homosexual behavior.
What if you were dragged in after a restaurant dinner?
Dragged into an alley, deviancy.
What
If
about-
I was like, I didn't expect it, and all of a sudden I'm just bursted open by a mushroom, ow, right?
Okay.
The thing is, like, if you're gonna, oh, God, man,
Okay. What if you go to a swingers party?
If you go and it's consensual, then it's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, you go to a swingers party, and you open the wrong room, and it's two guys, and it looks like just like as soon as you open the door, they just like both look up at you
And nut.
both grab one arm, snatch you in, and close the door,
Oh.
and DP your ass.
Did I say yes?
I mean, you ain't have a.
This is your scenario, and you're fantasizing about me.
No, I'm just saying you
Did
have
I-
a moment to say.
Was I
anything.
like, whoa?
Yeah.
Or- okay. So, like, then, no, that's deviant sexual behavior, and I do not approve of that. But also, if there was a man and a woman, having sex, right, and I came in, and they were like, get him, and they pulled me in, and I was like, no, still no.
Mhm.
That's deviant heterosexual behavior.
Right.
No, that's straight rape.
Well, at that point, that would be bisexual.
Well,
Bisexual
yeah.
deviancy.
Bisexual deviancies, from one corner. It would be kind of like a. She's straight,
A circle and an oval.
right? She's straight and I'm straight.
Like a circle and an amoeba.
Because I'm being forced, she's loving it, and the guy in the middle's he's the one. He's the perpetrator.
I don't know. It's like, I guess it just depends on what they want you there for. I mean,
Right.
maybe it's for his pleasure, not hers.
Or what if there's
maybe-
get in here,
Maybe he wants you to cuck her. I mean, I don't know.
sit on that dildo and film us.
with your feet in his harness.
Right. Don't want to feel it. We just want you to sit on that dildo and film us. Don't, the chair rolls. Roll the chair around us.
Oh God. I should got to float on like the Jetsons.
Right. Now, if I agree to the behavior, that's fine. But if I don't, that's I'm against that.
Why the fuck do we even bring that shit up?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But
That's a problem.
it is a problem. Where were we?
I don't know. I don't know if I can keep burning those.
It's just one. I just burned it up because I don't know, man. Because I've always not done it,
Okay.
and I know I can. And just this one time, I was like, I'm gonna burn this pick all the way up.
Okay.
Here's the thing about the guitar picks: if you scrape that thing across a file and you make a powder, and you just get a whole bunch of that powder together, and then you pack that powder into a metal pipe, you seal the pipe end with like putty.
Yeah. It's a
You
bomb.
put a fuse in there and then
bomb.
push the putty in the other side.
Yeah, it's a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the way it burns.
The combustion.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do believe it's almost the same material that they use to coat playing cards. So that's another thing that people used to do to make makeshift. I don't even want to say the B word. I'm gonna cut that one out.
Yeah.
But a makeshift PB, a PB and J, baby.
Yeah.
PB and jam, PB and Jesus. Anyway, is take the playing card and just take a razor blade and scrape it, and all this white powder comes off, like a powder on the table.
Mm-hmm.
All of that, if you light it, it's just like flare up.
You just need enough of it.
Right. And I'm gonna go ahead and I actually have a sample of that over here. And for our final finale of the day, I'm gonna go ahead and light this little tiny IUD or IE.
Yeah.
Tea.
Maybe you shouldn't because the thing is sitting in his glass.
Yeah, I know, but I guess our ass is glass. Ah,